Coming up in this week's podcast, everyone's the Doctor, no one's the Doctor, everyone's coming back. Is anyone coming back? BBC.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous.
I hope the ears are a bit less conspicuous this time.
You might be a doctor, but I am.
I'm a doctor, but probably not the one you expect.
Absolutely fantastic.
All of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will. Where do you want to start?
Hello everybody and welcome back to Bigger on the Inside, the new Who Doctor Who Watched On podcast. I am Harry, joined as always by Tim Saxby. How are you doing, Tim? Ooh, you're excited.
Yeah, I'm good. It's Doctor's podcast. I like doing podcasts. It's been longer for us than when we last recorded the last one because we did the last one earlier in the week. Yeah. We did it on a Thursday and it went out on a Tuesday. This is a Tuesday. It's going out the next day, the Wednesday.
Wow.
The freshest of news. It's
the
like
most recent
news.
It's
like a fresh pear.
Too bad there isn't a lot of news this week.
But I made it seem like there is.
Yeah, you gave me a lot of articles and some of them aren't really relevant because Tim didn't read them. But anyway, let's start on something which may not really seem as about Doctor Who, but in many ways it kind of is.
Have you had a good week, Harry?
I've had a pretty good week, yeah.
Good, because it was Blue Monday on Monday.
Oh yeah, what do they call it?
Like the most depressing day of the year.
I've heard about that, yeah.
But now they're calling it Brew Monday.
Yes, mental health charities doing that.
Where you throw a tea at depressed people. You throw a hot tea at them.
Is that what it's about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Get it together.
I thought it was about having a nice brew with your mates and catching up.
Doesn't sound right to me.
Oh.
Are we on the right microphone?
I don't know.
I'm whispering into the microphone. It seems like it's the right
definitely
one.
The right microphone. Why, are we talking too quietly?
I don't know. It just seems very quiet, the sound waves. I'm going to turn that right up. Let's see how that goes.
Oh dear, what if this ruins it?
Oh well.
What if we're just like...
This is the one that ruins it.
This is
After the crap we've made,
this is
the one.
This is it, guys. This is the worst podcast.
Alright, go on, sorry.
Okay, yes, news. Well, like I was saying, this is something which doesn't seem like it's too much about Doctor Who specifically, but the more you think about it, the more it kind of is. And that is the return of BBC Three.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to do a BBC Three jingle, but I forgot what it is. Do you think they'll bring back the little slugs?
Oh, yeah, and even like shout like, three!
Yeah, they did.
And like go, blah.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
No. That was like early BBC Three.
That was like 2006-ish, I think.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah, and basically the relevance of BBC Three to Doctor Who is that BBC Three was where Doctor Who Confidential originally aired.
Yep, I think maybe Torchwood as well.
Did Torchwood originally air on BBC Three?
Perhaps.
That sounds right, yeah, it was.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, I'm happy. When's it returning?
It's returning on February the 1st.
That's like, what, 2 weeks? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah. It's the 18th today, so yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I'm sat watching the telly
when it turns on.
When it turns on,
what
I'm
think
gonna
they're
turn
gonna
it straight off.
Think they're gonna do a big thing?
I reckon it's gonna.
I think they'll have like some kind of,
and it'll stop at 3.
Ooh.
It'll go from 10, 9.
And I'll be
8,
showing like clips of like Fleabag
7,
and like Gavin and Stacey
6,
and
5,
RuPaul
4
and normal people.
3 like that.
Yeah. That's it, guys. That's how BBC Three's coming back. You don't need to watch it now.
I guarantee that's how it comes back. I bet there's a countdown and it stops at 3. Yeah.
And then like Daisy May Cooper bursts out of the TV
into my living room.
Yeah.
What does she say?
One of the funny lines from This Country.
Have you ever seen This Country?
I love This Country.
It's great,
I just can't remember any of the funny lines.
Probably something about
the Bodger Badger bit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming back, but how long is it going to be back?
Yeah, kind of even more pressing than the fact that BBC Three is coming back is the fact that BBC as a whole is getting its license fee got rid of.
Goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Goodbye, stranger. That's Goodbye, Stranger by... forgotten.
Oh.
Well, no. Well, the government are putting a freeze on it. Which
yeah,
I think means they can't change anything about the way it's currently funded for the next 2 years.
Yeah, but then in
Meaning that
2027, they're planning to get rid of the license fee.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah,
or
like
is
it's
that just
gonna.
the current?
I think they're gonna keep it as it is and let inflation build the price of the license fee, and then just cut it off and get rid of it.
Do you think that's a good idea?
No.
No.
Well, because
I think there's a hybrid somewhere.
I don't want the BBC to be privatised. I feel like we need a universal broadcaster.
Aye.
I just kind of... Maybe there's an alternative to the license fee, which is more modern. Like
I think the license fee
is
a good price. And I think the fact that everybody has to pay it isn't a bad thing, because I think just because you pay the license fee, you're not just funding the BBC, really. You get a bit of Channel 4 in there as well. I think there's a hybrid somewhere where you have ads in the BBC, but not as heavily as you do on ITV and Channel 4.
Yeah, it'd be weird, though. It would be weird, like... Strictly Come Dancing cutting to an ad break, you know what I'm saying?
No, so what I'm saying is, like, say, like, a half-hour TV show, like The Simpsons on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Before it comes on, you have an advert. You have an ad break. Then 15 minutes in, you have an ad break. And then when it ends, you have an ad break before the next programme starts.
Okay.
Right? I think what would be good for the BBC to do is maybe reduce the licence fee slightly and then have adverts at the start and at the end of the programmes.
Okay.
So, you know where you would normally have your promos for other BBC programmes? You still have those, but you also maybe have one or two adverts thrown in there.
Okay, but then, are you saying that there'd then be like a significantly reduced licence fee then introduced to make up for the rest of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's a middle ground between what other commercial channels are doing, like Channel 4 and ITV, and then what the BBC are currently doing.
I mean, I guess the thing that concerns me is that kind of the one thing, love it or hate about the BBC, is that it's always maintained a status of kind of being a neutral party at ground level. And I know, you can accuse biases on either end, but if you look at their broadcasting as a whole, and especially their news, that is pretty much what they present. But as soon as you introduce either something like adverts or, say, them getting funded directly by the government, then there's other parties outside of the BBC which they need to consider, which may impact what they present in all their programming, not just in news. And that I find worrying, kind of the loss of some sort of unbiased middle ground. And I know it's not completely unbiased because you can be selective in what you... But it's the idea of that.
My problem with the BBC isn't the licence fee, it's the programmes on it.
Okay. Do you not feel like it's worth the
I don't
licence
feel
fee?
like... look, I'm gonna find it now because I don't want to get it wrong. So, I saw a thing on Twitter, I think it was this morning, which told you the difference over the last 20 years of what you get for the licence fee, and how much more you now get for it compared to what you did a couple of years ago. Just let me try and find it. It is on Twitter somewhere.
Okay.
He's scrolling and stalling for time. Harry, you talk a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess if we want to, bring it back to Doctor Who, because this is a Doctor Who podcast, I mean, I guess another thing the BBC could do, which it is already sort of doing, and will be doing with Doctor Who, is outsourcing a lot of its larger programmes, or collaborating with larger, often international American studios. Stuff like, obviously... Good Omens, Giri Haji, his Dark Materials, Around the World in 80 Days, and soon to be Doctor Who, are all working with other larger studios. Yeah. Okay. And maybe that'll be the way forward for all of its programming. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So this is a thing from, I can't see where it's from, but it's like a graphic thing.
Okay.
20 years ago, for £147, right? Mm-hmm. In 2013 prices, which is £2.84.
Is that like adjusted for inflation?
Yeah. This is what you got for your licence fee. BBC 1, BBC 2, Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3, Radio 4, Radio 5, BBC National Radio and BBC Local Radio, right? 20 years later, in 2013 at the time, this is now grown, for an extra 50 pence a week in 2013, for an extra 5 pence a week, in 2013 prices, you now get BBC 1, BBC 2, BBC 3, BBC 4, CBBC, BBC News, BBC Parliament, BBC World Service, BBC Alba, CBeebies, BBC Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3, Radio 4, Radio 5, Radio 1 Extra, Radio 4 Extra, Radio 6, the Asian Network, BBC Radio 5 Live, BBC National Radio, BBC Local Radio, BBC Online, BBC iPlayer, and BBC Red Button, which now doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. And that doesn't even account for like stuff like online resources, stuff like BBC Sounds and Bitesize, which is, I think, for lots of people, including myself doing GCSEs, an invaluable educational resource.
And then you look at Lockdown as well and all the free educational stuff that they put out. I mean, even I was watching some of that.
Yeah.
Just because it was fun. You know, even stuff, especially stuff on the kids channel, like, I'll watch this bit.
And they still do that. They are still producing educational content.
Yeah, I don't understand. I feel like you don't necessarily, as an adult, get value for money, because I recently saw like they're on their third what they really call invisible TV, which is about from anything after BBC News and before Pointless.
Yeah.
So Homes with a Hammer, Bargain Hunt, you know, all these property shows, whatever's on in daytime TV, really stuff that hasn't changed for the last 20 years. And I think they're now on their third reruns of daytime TV.
Okay.
Like they're shown every episode at least 3 times now.
Right.
So that's my struggle with it, is they don't seem to be producing enough TV
to justify the license currently.
That's just my opinion. And also, as a 23-year-old, the only things I really watch on the BBC are Doctor Who and Top Gear.
Yeah.
That's it.
I guess that is the thing.
And now Toast of Tinseltown, of course.
I guess that is the thing you get there with it being a universal broadcaster, is that it is meant to be a service made for literally anyone with access to a TV or a radio or the internet. And because of that, they are trying to appeal to as wide a breadth of demographics as possible, but that results in you on an individual by individual basis often finding yourself only being drawn to a small percentage of the BBC's overall output.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you look at the breadth of people and how many people get things from each niche, I feel like that makes it feel more justified.
Yeah, I guess so, but I've felt since... I remember when I first learned about the BBC licence, when I was doing GCSE Media, which would have been before I knew you.
You've been like 15?
Yeah, so like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Even then I remember thinking there's nothing on the BBC really for my age, and that hasn't changed over the last 7 years.
I mean, I feel like now the idea is that BBC Three is kind of meant to be the Gen Z platform.
Like, I got to an age where I realised BBC 4, now that's going. When BBC 3 is coming back, and I feel like I'm maybe just growing out of BBC 3. So it's kind of, I don't know, this is just our opinion because we're of an age. But like, I get it, and I understand, like, I think the average age of a BBC viewer is 65.
Right.
That's the average age of a BBC One viewer.
I watch... I can't really speak on that because me and my family are all under 65.
Yeah. Well, I only know that
BBC
because I do film studies and
One.
TV and stuff like that.
Okay. And so like what statistics say.
Yeah.
And I guess that's true when you think of the amount of people who do use kind of streaming services like Amazon or Netflix now. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think there's a hybrid, isn't there? There's a hybrid somewhere, but I don't think...
a hybrid.
I don't think it is a Netflix subscription, because there's that clip of Russell, isn't there, where he talks about HBO, and he says, like, you don't get news, you don't get weather, you get a repeat of a movie, you get Game of Thrones, and then it turns itself off between certain hours at night.
Yeah. And also, like, a subscription service doesn't account for the multimedia stuff. It doesn't account for radio. I feel like radio is something that a countless amount of people can almost take for granted.
I think it is just adverts. I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to start seeing brought to you by Gaviscon and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I hope there's a way they can do that and kind of still maintain the kind of stance and position in our media landscape that they have, because I feel like it is valuable to have that universal, unbiased space.
Yeah.
And I hope that can be maintained.
Should we go to some Doctor Who news?
Yeah, Doctor Who. Well, we made that vaguely about Doctor Who. Doctor Who won't be really affected by it, will it? Because it's with Bad Wolf now.
It's dead in the water anyway. It's going to get cancelled. Nobody's watching the show anyway. We got a comment the other day that said Mark Gatiss and Russell T Davies are both bad writers, and Doctor Who should go back to how it was in the 60s and the 70s when it was proper sci-fi.
Back when it was black and white, and they could only do one or at most 2 takes for each shot.
And it was a little bit racy sometimes, a little bit racist now and again, a little bit sexist, and pretty crap. It's really crap early Doctor Who.
I like Troughton.
Yeah, I like Troughton. We watched Dark in Space. Not good.
Now for a funny one.
Go on.
Matt Smith appearing on a 2022 Buffy the Vampire Slayer calendar.
Good, isn't it?
It's just a bit weird. Firstly, who's purchasing Buffy the Vampire Slayer calendars in 2022?
Do you want to explain?
I'm guessing it's an unofficial calendar.
I don't think it is. I think it's official.
All it says is that a TV critic shared a photo of a 2022 Buffy the Vampire Slayer calendar, which includes a picture of Matt Smith as the 11th Doctor, and in the background is
demons, I think.
Yes, a demon from season 8 of Doctor Who, a John Pertwee era monster. And apparently it's a piece of fan art that someone made, like back in the day when like the whole
whatever company was responsible for making the calendar has just gone online and found the picture and
and just stolen it, you know, without permission. So it's a pretty shitty thing to do, and this is a funny way of exposing that.
There's another podcast called the Weekly Planet podcast.
Oh yeah, is that Mr. Sunday Movies?
Yeah, whose icon is a goat Han Solo.
Yeah, I know the one.
And when The Force Awakens came out, someone printed Force Awakens posters, but swapped Harrison Ford out for Mr. Sunday Movies. Okay. Sold them on Amazon, didn't tell anybody, so everybody was just buying these posters with a goat.
That's funny.
Go on, what else have we got? That broke the ice a little bit.
Yeah, back to nice Doctor Who. So, here's another one, which I guess goes back to less fun. The animated reconstruction episodes of Classic Who are being cancelled.
Oh, no. These sucks, because we've bought... Here's the thing, right? It sucks that they're being cancelled because it means that there's now no drive to find these missing episodes.
Yeah, well, no, in a way, yes and no. Like, all the audio already exists, but this just means that we won't have any kind of in-motion
I don't know if
version.
all the audio does exist.
It does.
Really?
It's just the video footage that doesn't exist.
Okay.
So maybe, in a way, this will cause people to get even more desperate to find those missing episode footage, so we have something to watch.
Yeah.
I
think you're gonna. I mean, it sucks because isn't it BBC America have pulled out of the back? What do we have? What does it say?
I'll read the article.
What does it say there?
Animated reconstructions of old Doctor Who serials have reportedly been cancelled due to BBC America pulling their funding. Despite the popularity it's enjoyed during its ongoing 58-year run, the legacy of Doctor Who has not always been held with such reverence. As was common practice back in the 60s, several of the original tapes for numerous episodes with Troughton and Hartnell were destroyed instead of taking up storage space. And obviously the BBC didn't care much about cultural preservation, and 97 episodes remain lost with little hope of turning up. To rectify this, the BBC...
How many?
97.
Wow. I did not think it was that many.
Well, if you take into account, not whole stories, but the individual episodes as part of stories.
That's mental.
Yeah, huge swathes of the Hartnell and Troughton era gone.
I mean, here's the thing, right? We sat here saying it sucks, but have you gone out and bought any of these missing episodes?
No.
No, I haven't. I think that's the reason.
I've watched a couple on BritBox. I've watched a couple of Troughton ones on BritBox.
Yeah.
And they are varying in animation quality.
Yeah, this is what I was
going to
say. It's
values.
I feel the people who are buying them are the Doctor Who collectors and the Doctor Who nerds, and even though we do this podcast where that's not us, there's nothing Doctor Who in this room. I've been given Doctor Who stuff, and I tend to give it off to people who I know would like it more than me. But I feel like, from what I've seen with these animation ones, is that the animation just isn't very good.
I feel like the thing that I find disappointing is because, as with so many things like this, it feels like they're stopping just when they hit the ground running. I don't know if you've seen any of the animation from Evil of the Daleks, but the quality is a huge step up from other ones that I'd seen.
Is that the motion capture one?
No, that is the one after the motion capture, which is 2D animation.
What's this one you're talking about?
Evil of the Daleks.
Okay.
And it's far, far more expressive. There's far more going on. Like, I watched, what was Troughton's first episode?
Power of the Daleks.
Power of the Daleks. And Power of the Daleks, the one I saw on BritBox, apparently it's like a remaster or something. But it doesn't look great. The especially the facial animation is very limited, and the characters can not pull a variety of poses.
Yeah.
And it's obviously a limited budget, but it's a huge step up when you look at Evil of the Daleks. Like, Troughton's moving all over the place, his face is pulling really animated and expressive expressions. And so I just find it disappointing that just when they found a style that seems like it really, really works for recreating these episodes, they cut it. And I guess it's because it was too little too late. I don't know.
What do you think the future of this is then? Do you think it's... I think you're going to see a drive of fans making animation.
I mean, there was already a small element of that, I think, wasn't there?
And I think... I mean, here it comes. Big finish. They'll probably recreate some of these. Like
my understanding is that before a lot of these animated things came out, they already kind of were doing that. Like, wasn't Sharda repurposed as a Big Finish story? Yeah, before they then actually went back and actually animated and recorded Sharda with Tom Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does suck because, like, I don't understand. Like, I think it is just pardon me, people just aren't interested. I don't think people who aren't Doctor Who fans are buying this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like Marvel, where if you saw a Marvel cartoon series, you'd go, "Oh, I'd buy that for my nephew." Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't feel like.
But that being said, though, no one's buying Marvel cartoons from the 60s, are they?
No, but I feel like,
for maybe
but there would be more of a drive to, because it's the same character, it's the same Peter Parker. Whereas, is a kid today who's only watched Jodie Whittaker, are they going to be excited by an animated Patrick Troughton episode?
That's true. I feel like, especially kind of in the pop culture zeitgeist, the only enduring figure from classic Who has been Tom Baker.
Yeah.
You know, the figure with the hat and the huge stripy scarf.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, I can't say, I've not watched enough classics Who to say whether or not that's a disservice to the classic show. But I think if you look at, like, the legacy that the show has today, you'd hope that it would be treated with a little more reverence, but I guess, the audience and the money is in New Who. I mean, we're a New Who podcast for partly that reason. We're fans of the new version of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the old version sucks.
Alright, Tim, you watched one episode you didn't like.
No, not true. We watched several I didn't like. Do you want to do the next bit of news? 5 Doctors was awful. 3 Doctors was awful. Ark in Space was awful. The only thing I've ever liked is Tomb of the Cybermen.
There's a lot of actors who are and are not the 14th Doctor, aren't
What's
there,
the
Tim?
first one?
The first one is Olly Alexandra, who has stated yet again that he is not the 14th Doctor.
But he was your favourite.
He was, but he will definitely not, and that's in quotation marks, definitely not be the 14th Doctor.
Why is that, Harry?
I don't know, this is what he says. I am definitely not Doctor Who, and I'm not going to be Doctor Who. It's not happening. I can tell you, I'm definitely not doing it. Do you believe this, or do you think it's an old Andrew You don't think it's a Garfield?
No, I don't think he's... I'm playing werewolf, man. I'm really sorry. I gotta lie to you, but it's just not true.
Why did you do a semi-American accent for Andrew Garfield, who's British?
I know, but I literally watched that video back last night. That's how he talks. He's like, dude, I've got to cut you off. I'm sorry, man. So he sounds. Yeah, I think he's telling the truth. I think he's auditioned, and he hasn't got it.
Do you think they've already done auditions?
Well, we know that the auditions have already started.
Oh, right.
We've talked about it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You think that he just came in and Russell's like, nah.
I doubt he walked in and just when Russell went,
Don't you step one no foot in, Ollie. You're not being in this show.
Or maybe it means that he's in it, but he's got another role.
Like a companion role?
Perhaps that'd be cool.
Interesting.
You know, the fact that he's so adamant that he's not the Doctor.
I'm not the Doctor.
Yeah.
Or maybe he said he's not Doctor Who, but obviously we know Doctor Who is a TV show, not a character. Maybe he's the Doctor.
Does he say I'm not Doctor Who?
Yeah, he says I'm not Doctor Who.
But no one's Doctor Who, because he's not called Doctor Who. He's called
Except for in Series 1 where Eccleston's credited as Doctor Who.
Yeah, I like it when he's credited as Doctor Who.
Yeah, I kind of like the name Doctor Who. It's more endearing to call the character Doctor Who.
Yeah. I purposely call him Doctor Who because I know it annoys people.
Well, I know when we get to the thing where it's like the name of the Doctor, like the secret is his name is Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was like a big reveal one time where the song was just like, I know your real name, Doctor Who.
What else do we have?
Vicky Mcclure isn't the next Doctor either.
She isn't? Well.
No, the Line of Duty star. This is what she said about it. She says, it's a real compliment. It's an iconic piece of telly, and that's going on forever and ever. I'm sure it will continue to, and I wish it well, but it's not for me. It's not even something I watch.
I'm too big for this.
Do you think that's her way of saying she's too big for it?
I wouldn't particularly want her to be Doctor Who.
I mean, I feel like Vicky Mcclure probably is just slightly too big for it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always weird that we have these arbitrary rules for being too big for Doctor Who.
The other thing I also look at as well is when you're Doctor Who, it also comes with the branding. You're not just playing that part on telly. You've got to do the lunchboxes. You've got to do the toys. You don't
feel like Line of Duty star Vicky Mcclure is the right fit.
No, I can't really see her enduring that sort of stuff.
But what was the show that Capaldi did?
Musketeers.
No, the
Thick
one.
of It.
Yeah, the Thick of It is the Thick of It.
But he was known to be a Doctor Who fan, though. That's the difference.
I guess.
Yeah. What else do we have?
Next we have some people who are Doctor Who.
Who's going to be Doctor Who, Harry?
Danny Dyer.
This one's interesting.
Well, this article isn't actually anything.
Alright, okay.
This is one. But I want to talk about it as funny. But basically, Danny Dyer's leaving EastEnders, and so this article makes the jump from leaving EastEnders to being in Doctor Who as the next Doctor.
Like when Chris Marshall left Death in Paradise.
It's obviously for Doctor Who, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking Doctor!
Just twats a dog on the back of the head. His little dome slides forward slightly. You see the guy, he's like, oh, fucking hell.
There's a big rant about Davros, and then as the companions talking, you just hear him go, twat!
Yeah. Come over here with his trotters up. No.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. It's not happening at all. I don't know why he's now like Bucky's favourites.
He's not Bucky's favourites.
He is. He's Bucky's favourites.
I thought Lydia was still Bucky's
No,
favourites.
he's Bucky's favourites.
Really?
Yep.
That's hilarious. Now here's someone who actually makes a lot of sense, and it's a name we've not heard of before. Fiseo Akinade. Or is it Fiseo Akinade?
It's one of those.
Yeah, I've not heard of this guy before. But apparently he was in Silent Witness.
Yeah.
And he was in an older Russell T Davies show called Cucumber and Banana. Do you remember those?
Yeah, Channel 4, yeah.
Yeah, on Channel 4. Yeah, so, as we know...
Why do they suggest that he's going to be the next Doctor?
He's just started appearing in the bookies. And there's a quote from Russell himself, which has cropped up, saying...
Who?
Russell's...
No, that's what he's saying. He's going, who?
I mean, the actual quote is, we've got a lad in this called Fiseo Akinade in Banana and Cucumber who is 26 years old and he's never done TV before and he's an absolute star.
Okay, is it the Metro? Who's wrote this?
It's the Express.
The Express, right. They've done this before where they just pick an actor. At one point, there's another Express one that we've either just seen or it's coming up. They did about 3 in 1 week.
Yeah.
Who such and such is now the next Doctor, and all their stuff is they worked with Russell before.
Yeah, well, this next one is an Express one about Raki Thakrar.
Yeah.
Who I believe is an EastEnders actor. Let me just check. But it's pretty much the exact same article, only instead of being about one actor, it's about another actor. And this actor was in the EastEnders. And also has recently been in the Netflix series Sex Education. Have you watched Sex Education?
No, I haven't, no.
Me neither.
No, it doesn't appeal to me.
I don't really like shows about sex. I don't find sex very interesting TV.
Okay, thank you for... I thought at least you added the word TV on the end of that.
I
find sex very interesting.
It's a bit boring, isn't it, sex? Nothing happened.
They're all just bullshit articles, aren't they? Really?
Why did you send them to me?
It's funny, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know, the most we can do, really, especially because we haven't watched these actors or anything, is just look at them and be like, "Can you see them as the Doctor?" Yeah, I guess.
I hate doing that though.
How about Craig Parkinson?
Yeah.
Another Line of Duty star.
Yep.
And this is a guy who played the Grand Serpent, right?
Yep.
And he's already basically said no.
Oh.
That's exactly what they are, rumours. Whoever steps into those shoes, they're big shoes to fill. I'd probably prefer to be playing the Master than the Doctor, and, if I was doing it right, cause a few tears before bedtime.
Smack his kids.
Well, actually, he said he does it he did Doctor Who for his 10-year-old son.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because it's like his son, well, he says, He's not.
I wouldn't want him to play the Master. I want him to come back as the Grand Serpent.
But that's the
a great
thing. I
character.
feel like if he was to play the Master, he would just play him the way he played the Grand Serpent.
Yeah, the Grand Serpent was amazing.
Yeah, I really like the Grand Serpent. One thing I really liked about Flux, I don't really see people talk about, is like the new villains.
Yeah.
I really like the new villains, like the Grand Serpent and Blue Guy. I can't remember his name. Azura and Storm.
Mrs. Azura.
Storm.
Swarm.
Swarm and Azura. That's it.
Swarm and Mrs. Swarm.
Azura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Passenger.
Yeah, Passenger. Passenger's great. Great guy.
Yeah, cool, whatever. I'd like to see a Big Finish series of the Grand Serpent whilst he was at Unit.
I can see that happening. I mean, imagine like him with
What's
like...
it called, like Jenkins or Penkins or Perkins or something like that?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
but imagine like a story with like him and like Pertwee would be interesting.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really good, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but it'd be interesting.
Because he's dead.
Also, speaking of people returning, Alex Kingston has sort of teased at returning.
As who?
I don't know. Who could Alex Kingston play in Doctor Who?
K9? With a big fluffy hairdo?
She's a poodle now.
Yeah.
But if she was asked if her song would return, she said absolutely. She said, of course I would want to come back. I feel like River, she started the end, as it were. So there's only one way to go, which is forward and to continue living, to be perfectly honest.
But didn't we do her full cycle?
I mean, we kind of did. That's the whole thing. The thing with her song is we know her whole life story. And she has, like, that wallet in her last story where she has pictures of all the incarnations of the Doctor she's met. So can she really meet any incarnations of the Doctor outside of those?
Has she met... She hasn't met 9 in Big Finish. She's met 10 a couple of times. They haven't done anything with 11 and 12 yet.
No.
So, that'd be interesting. I mean, you can just put it in and just wipe her mind.
Yeah, I guess.
Or just have it that she never knows that it's the Doctor.
That could be interesting, yeah. And in addition to that, she was asked for tips on what would make a good Doctor, and she gives some pretty insightful comments. First of all, you have to concede that River's song knows how to fly the TARDIS better. And also, you must...
Whoa. Wait a minute there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you haven't watched Time of the Angels yet, haven't
No,
you?
we haven't got to that episode yet.
Yeah.
Because this is the Beast Underneath.
Oh, yeah, it's the Beast Underneath, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, River's song knows how to fly the TARDIS better. And also...
Wait a minute. I don't think the Doctor... The woman flying up to... It's the Doctor...
Tim, Jodie's been the Doctor for like 5 years.
Yeah, and she's crashed it, along with the bloody ratings as well.
And then also, you mustn't go and steal any of River's alcohol at her secret alcohol stash in the TARDIS.
So she's depressed. She's got a little cabinet of gin that she just sips away on.
Yeah.
Realising
Her and the Doctor have like boozy movie nights.
What movie do you think they watch?
Ooh, they'd watch some weird ass like experimental art house film from like the future.
I don't think they would.
No?
I think they'd watch Labyrinth.
You think they'd watch Labyrinth?
Yeah.
Do you just want to talk about Labyrinth, Tim?
Nah, I watched Labyrinth the other day. It doesn't hold up very well.
Oh, but here's the most important thing about playing a good Doctor. You have to be a red hot kisser.
I knew she was going to say that. I knew she was going to say that. Yeah, fair, whatever.
Yeah. Could you play the Doctor, Tim?
Yeah, I could have a red hot kisser.
You red hot kisser?
Some spicy Doritos beforehand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I like to suck on a chili. Get them lips nice and spicy.
Yeah. What else do we have, Harry?
Well, that's everything from Riversong. Also, the Fugitive Doctor is returning in comic book form.
Oh, can we have nothing?
But it's a free comic book. It's part of Free Comic Book Day.
Hurrah!
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate Free Comic Book Day?
No idea how it works.
Oh God. Sorry, this isn't like Doctor Who, but I looked up this one type of clothing earlier in the week.
What are we talking about?
No, but basically, ever since I looked up that image of a sign of clothing, the only thing I get advertised online when reading articles is that exact same item of clothing.
What's that item of clothing?
It's a pinafore dress.
Why was you looking at a dress?
Because I went out with someone wearing that dress. And someone wanted to know what they were wearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to wear the dress?
No, I don't think I look very good in it.
No?
No.
No, you don't. Your shoulders are too wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be too much space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there is in your fucking skull. Get it together.
Sorry, yeah, Doctor Who. So I just saw the
I just
pinafore dress.
pointed
I was
at
like,
you with a pencil and then tapped on your phone as if to say, do your fucking work.
Yeah, but anyway, there's a lot of spiel before the actual news. The Free Comic Book Day website has been updated to confirm Titan Comics' Doctor Who issue features Joe Martin's Forgotten Doctor, written by Jodie Hauser and featuring art by Roberta Ingram.
Joe Martin's what?
Forgotten Doctor.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I guess as she referred to the
Joe Martin's what?
Forgotten Doctor.
Sorry.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I hate this. But apparently
Joe Martin's what?
it will serve it's the Fugitive Doctor term.
I know that one.
It will serve as a lead-in to an epic new arc that will launch in May 2022. Here's the solicit. An epic adventure with the travelling Time Lord. This issue serves as a lead-in to the explosive new story arc that reveals the very early years of the Doctor. Past, present, and future all collide in a Doctor Who tale that's out of this universe.
But on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I'm kind of bummed out it's going to be a comic.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what we kind of knew was going to happen.
I mean, everything happens in the comics. Like, every Doctor crosses over with every Doctor in the comics.
But I feel like as soon as we knew that this character was introduced, we knew we weren't going to get a full backstory. We knew that it was going to be
and also
expanded media.
And in expanded media, is the whole thing that if she's in expanded media, that either means the expanded media won't be able to detail anything that the show can't cover, or it'll mean that she'll be a character in expanded media forever and never really come back.
Yeah, probably that one.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's a couple of big Finnish characters out there, like Bernie Summerfield or something.
And the Penguin.
The what?
Colin Baker's companions is a penguin.
Really?
He's a talking penguin.
Really?
Yeah, people love him.
Never heard of this.
Let me look up. Yeah.
Well, while you do that, I'll talk about this because I think it's good that character's returning. People like that character, and we get comments every day saying, "Well, Joe Martin should be the next Doctor."
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. If Chibnall had stayed, then maybe.
This is more evidence that isn't going to happen. I mean, it kind of sucks because I would like to see more of her on telly, and I feel like we will before Jodie's runs over.
Yeah.
But I think we're just going to have to just see how it goes. Have you found the Penguin?
It's Frobisher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we? Is there a picture of the Penguin?
It's just...
I feel like we've
there
done
he
this
is.
before.
He's
we
from
have
the
done
comics.
This before,
yeah.
Should we go back to the news?
But Frobisher began his life as a street urchin in a slum on Xenon without friendly company. Okay, let's go back to... I feel like our viewers actually want to hear more about Frobisher, but sure, let's get back to the news. Hey! Frobisher actually leads into the next segment. David Tennant and Colin Baker are doing a Big Finish story.
A what?
A Big Finish story.
A what?
A Big Finish... I'm not doing this, Tim. It wasn't that funny the first time.
Cool. Have you seen the artwork?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good
Looks
cover.
sick.
Yeah.
Sick, boy!
David Tennant, Colin Baker, Angles.
Weeping Angels, Weeping Angles.
Weeping Angles. Yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
Oh no, Doctor.
I wonder
there's
how...
angels. That's my Colin Baker.
I wonder how they're going to work in audio, Weeping Angels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess just like
there! Over here!
Wait, you know like how in cartoons when characters like wink or blink, there's like a blip, like blip. That's how they'll indicate characters blinking. There's a blip. Oh no, it's moved. But here's the synopsis. When a sixth Doctor goes sightseeing on Lucidus Silvara, he finds himself in a place where nothing is visible at all, only an all-encompassing light. The 10th Doctor is drawn in by a temporal anomaly, and the two Doctors meet a species with no sense of sight, living in a city surrounded by weeping angels.
I listened to Out of Time 1 with Tom Baker, and I'm halfway through listening through Out of Time 2 with Peter Davison.
How are they?
Good, really good.
Yeah.
The Peter Davison one canonises Time Crash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think this isn't an Out of Time?
I think it is.
No, but it's called... Oh, it is! Out of Time 3.
Yeah,
Wink.
thank you. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I don't like the title at all.
Wink.
Yeah.
But because they work it in the last bit of synopsis. To save a civilization, the Doctors must keep their eyes on the angels. Don't blink. Don't even wink.
Oh,
Are we not allowed to wink at angels now?
Cheeky.
Oi, hey, angel, get over here. Oh, that's right, I'm looking at you, can you? Hey. That's me, like, making fun of an
Is that
angel.
are you going to be the new companion? Cheeky Cockney.
Hello, angel. Alright, angel.
Oh, that's his catchphrase. He calls everyone Angel. Alright, Angel.
Alright, angel.
And then he actually meets an angel.
And it's like, Doc, that's an angel.
Yeah.
No, I mean an angel. Made of stone. Cool, blimey. Oh, cripes, it's coming towards us, Doctor. Are you not...
No, I'm not enjoying this riff.
You don't like this character?
Nah.
No.
I think it's cool though. I'm looking forward to that. They are really good, the Big Finish ones. The what you call them, out of time ones.
Yeah, the Angels, have they been in Big Finish
I
before?
think they've done a Peter Davison one, yeah.
That's interesting. I am interested to know how that works. Because
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh, Weeping Angel's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. How?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the sound effects, the whoosh, whoosh.
Or like they have like that like big string thing going. Da! You know, there's like that they have like a little kind of like, it's not like a motif, but the little like tag. There's like that Angels tag in the music.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he knows. Now he knows.
Oh, sorry, I'm very tired.
Yeah. And the last thing isn't really a news article at all. It's just a guy being like, "Hey, is it time for Doctor Who to embrace the multiverse?"
Where's this from and who's it by?
It is from Radio Times and it's by Steve O'Brien.
O'Brien?
It has an E in it.
Oh, O'Brien then.
Yeah. It's from 2 weeks ago.
What does he have to say?
Fresh news, hot off the presses.
What does he have to say? Read it from the top.
The multiverse.
Let's read through it. We'll discuss
The
as we go.
OED dependably informs us is a hypothetical space or realm consisting of a number of universes, of which our own universe is only one. Of course, we barely need telling that now. These days we're all multiverse experts who had Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, and there was last month's Spider-Man No Way Home. And of course, arriving this year is The Flash, introducing Ben Affleck's Batman to Michael Keaton's Batman. And
It would have been funnier if he said, with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and then this last year's Spider-Man No Way Home, and next year's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Part 2.
Across, it's called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah. And add to that, Marvel's upcoming Doctor Strange in a Multiverse of Madness. Everything Everywhere All at Once, it seems, is shaping up as the year of the multiverse.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is this the year of the multiverse, Tim?
definitely.
Are we going to look back on 2022 as the year of the multiverse?
It's going to be word of the year.
Yeah, the word of the year, multiverse. Multiverse.
Yeah.
So, is Doctor Who ready to embrace its own possibilities?
Yes.
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 What would you do with the multiverse?
Good question. The obvious ones are Peter Cushing,
Yeah.
dead there. Get Guy Henry to do it again, I guess. Put some CGI dots on his face like they did with Tarkin.
They could do Game of Fatal Death.
Yep. What was that? That
was
was
the-
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, that was the Stephen Moffat comic relief
You
one.
could bring that in. You could just do alternative doctors.
What was that animated thing with Richard E. Grant?
The Sharda Doctor. No, Schalke.
Schalke,
Something like that.
screaming the Schalke
Yeah.
Doctor.
Bring that one back. And also just like maybe actors who are
I want Chris Marshall as the
Yeah,
13th Doctor.
yeah,
in
you know, like
Alternate
actors
Universe.
who have always been rumoured to play it but never would.
Yeah.
Michael Sheen, Chris Marshall.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of stuff. I think you could have some real fun with that.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, like alternative versions.
And then
of
you could
each
have the
thing.
Doctor be like, "Oh, I always wanted to be Ginger," and you can bring back the joke.
Yeah.
Because it's still...
So funny.
It was funny the first two times, and there's a reason that Russell and Moffat made that joke one time each and then never made it again. Because it's only funny twice and then never again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think we should have Rupert Grint there. I want a universe that's all ginger
What
doctors.
would you do with a multiverse of Doctor Who?
I'd have a universe that's all ginger doctors.
What would you do with a multiverse of Doctor Who? What would you do with a
Chris Marshall, Ed Sheeran,
Yeah.
as the Doctor.
One more, go on. Ewan McGregor sometimes.
Ewan McGregor.
Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh. Ginger?
Karen Gillan.
Karen Gillan. Yeah.
What would you actually do?
What would I actually? Well, here's the thing that this article actually mentions later on is the possibility of bringing back legacy characters like companions, like the Brigadier or Sarah Jane, as alternate universe versions to justify the recasting of an actor.
Yeah.
And that's interesting, although if they were to do that, I wouldn't want it to just be the same character by a different actor. I want them to, like, play with an alternate version of that character.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
You could have a female Brigadier. Imagine that.
You could have an Australian canine. What about that?
He's always upside down. His casters are in the air. He's just rocking around on his back.
What if they did it where they went to the universe where the Australian canine cartoon exists? Or is the Australian
cartoon, live action.
Sorry, the live action Australian canine show.
You could bring them across. That would be hilarious.
Is the Australian canine show canon?
No.
Isn't it? Oh.
No.
Okay. Does canine canon and Doctor Who canon, are they their own separate things?
Yeah, because Bob Baker owned the rights to K9.
Okay.
So you can do
but then is the Doctor Who episodes, including K9, part of that K9 universe? Or do the K9 extended media just exist in its own universe, completely separate?
Yeah,
okay.
let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You can bring some of that across.
I want to bring back, I want the K9 verse.
You can bring some Big Finish characters across into live action stuff.
Okay, like the Mark Gatiss Master.
Yeah.
But then would that be weird? Would you suddenly say Big Finish is an alternate universe as opposed to just an extended version of the normal show's canon?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. That's the question.
Well, multiverse doesn't just mean...
Yeah, it does.
I know that's what it means, but you can also then open to more stuff within the same universe you're currently in.
That's an expanded universe.
Well, you can do expanded and multi.
Okay.
Yeah. The expanded multiverse.
I just want the expanded multiverse. I don't want regular multiverse. I don't want regular expanded universe. I just want the expanded media from a multiverse.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else you could do with it, really.
I feel like it's somewhat limited, because when you have a show that's all about traveling through space and time, do you need a multiverse?
Yeah.
When you're not limited to one location and one time period? I don't know if it's necessary.
I suppose the only thing you can really do with a multiverse in Doctor Who, realistically, is bring back Rose and the 10th Doctor.
Yeah.
From Bad Wolf Bear.
And also there's the Inferno, the Pertwee episode where he goes to like an evil version of Unit.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But those are the only two times that they've used alternate universes in Doctor Who in the main TV show.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you could just really do some fan servicey stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like you say, with a show that's all about time travel, you can do that anyway.
Yeah, and I feel with a multiverse, if you had space, time, and dimensions, would that be too much? Because I know in Rick and Morty, obviously that's all about dimension hopping, and apparently as a rule on the show, they've made it that they're not allowed to write time travel stories because they're like, it's complicated enough as it is.
Oh, really?
Would it be a step too far to introduce, alternate dimensions to a time travel show?
I think you could maybe just have some characters travel across. You do a Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. You just have them pop up and then they go away.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we all out of news?
That's all the news you gave me, Tim.
Well, shall I have a quick look to see if there's any fresh news?
Yeah.
The freshest of breads.
The freshest, the hottest pizza pies straight out of the media oven.
Let me have a look.
Stop
doing that.
It's the pizza music.
From what?
Spider-Man 2, the PS2 video game.
There's one here from the Daily Express.
What is it?
Doctor Who's Jodie Whittaker to be replaced by Emily in Paris Star.
What's she from? Line of Duty?
No, Emily in Paris Star. That's the name of the show.
Oh, okay. I thought I thought in Paris Star was like a fancy surname. Like her name is Emily in Paris Star.
Lucien Laviscount.
Is that their actual name or the character's name? Because that sounds like
his name, Lucien Laviscount.
That sounds like a character
Which recently
name.
started season 2 of Netflix's Emily in Paris.
What reason is there for
Lucien from Burnley has recently risen to worldwide fame for his role as the British banker Alfie in the hit Netflix series where he portrays the title character's charming love interest. The show, which receives
Is that him?
Yep.
I think he's too
handsome.
He's too handsome.
The show,
for
which
Doctor Who.
receives varying critiques, has just been renewed for a third and fourth season, with Lily Collins playing the protagonist Emily. However, fans have been analysing a recent Instagram caption from the 29-year-old, which suggests he might be returning to the city of... which he might not be returning to the city of love after all. It reads, Emily in Paris, season 3 and 4. Can't wait to see you all shine.
Is this how we do it now? Just any big star on
Who
Netflix?
might or might not be in something.
Right, is Reggae Jean Page the next Doctor? Guys, what if it happens?
So, literally, okay.
Guys,
This
is Leonardo
guy-
DiCaprio from Don't Look Up the next Doctor?
This guy, Lucien, put an Instagram post which says, Emily in Paris season 3 and 4, can't wait to see you all shine. And they've taken that as meaning he's not going to be in season 3 and 4, therefore he must be the next Doctor.
What?
Yeah.
Tim, if someone leaves a show, it's because they're going to be the next Doctor.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, everyone knows that. Like, OT left Strictly Come Dancing. That's because she's going to be the next Doctor. Shall we do the Watch Long segment, Tim?
Dude, fucking hell, we're a bit more exciting than that.
Shall we do the Watch Long segment, Tim?
Yeah, go on then.
Oh, I thought I'd be a bit more excited, Tim. Oh, that's what you like. You just bring me down like a
Bruce,
like a.
don't bring me down.
What's that?
Bruce, it's ELO.
Oh, hello.
Don't bring me down. It's also what Elton's band singing, Love and Monsters.
Oh,
Yeah,
Love and Monsters.
the greatest
Yeah,
episode.
Hugs and Beasts. Beasts underneath. We're doing the Beast underneath. How's that for a transition? Not good. Sorry, guys.
I can't see the thing. This isn't good.
Wow. Well, with this bit won't be.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut it down, pop up!
What's the point in having you all?
Hi everybody, it's the Watch On. Episode 2 of Series 5.
Correct.
Yes. And what episode are we doing, Harry?
The Beast Underneath by Steve Moffat.
Is it by Steve Moffat?
Yeah, it is by Steve Moffat.
Okay, I'm just flicking through my notes. Here it is.
There you got The Beast Underneath.
Yes, the Beast Underneath. Ron Weasley, he's there at the very start of the episode. Harry, what did you make of the Beast Underneath?
I thought, because before I went in, I knew that this was Steve's least favourite episode that he'd written.
Yes.
Yeah, and honestly, for me,
I think he's come round on that. I think he's had an Instagram
softened
thing
it,
with
yeah.
Russell where he said he likes it a bit more.
Yeah, but I think for me, I'm not saying this is necessarily like a good indicator of an episode's quality, but even before returning to this episode, I still distinctly remembered a lot of things about it, the plot, what it was about, the message it had, and those things still were there, they still resonated, and I feel like that must be an indicator of some sort of quality. Like, I always liked this episode.
Yeah, so let's start at the very start. Ron Weasley.
It's not Rupert Grint, is it?
Well, little Timmy, little boy.
Yeah, but he's not. Why are you calling him
Because
Ron
he looks
Weasley?
like a little Ron Weasley.
Does he?
Little kid, little ginger boy clutching his bag.
I didn't really notice.
And he's like a loser.
Are you saying Ron Weasley's not a loser? Ron Weasley's a
Have you seen that
chap.
thing in the reunion thing where Emma Watson's like, when we had to kiss, that was a horrific day. And everybody goes, yep.
I've not seen that. I've not watched Reunion.
No, I haven't. I just saw that little clip and I was like, oh, bless him.
Oh.
Timmy, I hate the fact that my name is always used to symbolise weep.
Well, little Timmy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, no one has ever called me Timmy.
No.
Everyone calls
Would
me
you like me
Tim.
to start calling
If
you
you
Timmy?
do, I will punch you in the arm every time you call me Timmy.
Alright, I'll stop.
Wait for you to say. And he does really bad on a test.
He gets a 0.
And he has to walk to London, which is 20 decks away.
Yeah. And so he has to go the long way round, and he has to get in that creepy elevator with the poem, and the spinny-haired.
Yep, the
They're called
Smilers.
Smilers, that was their names.
I like the opening with Amy floating outside the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's very kind of... They like to use that a lot. They used that in the teaser as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's very fairy tale-esque, isn't it? She's in her 19...
People always refer to kind of Steve's tenure as being the fairy tale.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I want to talk about Matt Smith because we talked about him last week.
Yeah, but last week we were very tired.
Last week being last year.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He is, and it's interesting how quickly he feels. Like, I remembered when I rewatched Series 5 for the first time, I felt he was just doing a lot of what David did.
Yeah.
But watching it this time, I think in this episode especially, he felt like he was really already starting to find his own version of the Doctor.
Even like
very
the way he
distinct.
reels off dialogue. Like, David would be just blitzing.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's like,
yeah. It's more rangy, like his vocal goes up and down.
Yeah, and I feel like he's kind of more methodical when he works through his thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, he's still kind of thinking as his thoughts on the spot, but he's processing them more.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like, David would always explain what he was doing. Like, when he put the cup of water on the floor, he just stops mid-conversation and just does it. And I'm like, he's definitely the most alien out of the three that we've had so far, Chris, David, and Matt.
Yeah, Matt's the most alien.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Then we see some Sith Lord-looking people.
Oh, yes.
Guy wearing a hood. And then there's a guy who looks a bit like Steve Jobs wearing a polo neck and some round glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes on. We'll get to that. But I want to talk about Liz 10.
Ah, yes.
Because when she's introduced, she's wearing a cloak.
And a mask.
But no, when we very first see her, she's just we see the back of her.
Oh, yeah, the back of her head.
And it's been a while since I've seen Series 5, so as I watch it, I'm trying to remember what happened.
Who she was.
I thought that was River.
Did
first.
you really?
Yeah.
Did you forget that River
And I thought it was River until we see her without the mask.
Okay.
Even when the Doctor's talking to her in like the alleyway of like the bottom of the spaceship, I thought, oh, it's River. Isn't that weird?
That is weird, yeah. What were your thoughts on
She's a good character.
Yeah. I was a little taken aback by the fact that
they revealed that the Doctor took Queen Elizabeth I's virginity.
I mean, we already knew that.
It's kind of weird.
We already knew
keep
that.
Bringing it up.
No, I meant more...
And everyone's like, "Oh, you bad boy."
I meant more the fact that that Elizabeth X is a gun-toting Cockney badass.
I like it. It's fun, isn't it?
It's fun! Although I don't think the royal family would ever allow the Queen to not speak RP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've got bigger problems on there.
The royal family has a lot of problems,
Yeah.
which we'll keep it light.
Amy asks the Doctor if he's a parent. And he gives one of his classic looks, where he doesn't answer the question.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever address that in the show? I'd quite
The 10th Doctor got close.
Yeah.
Kind of talking about how he had a daughter once and lost her.
Can we talk about Amy?
Yeah. Why are you seem so aggressive about Amy?
I don't know why I did that. I have some questions about Amy in this episode. Towards the end of the episode, I did like her. At the start of the episode, I couldn't understand her. Because they're sat there and there's a crying child on their own.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What's weird about that? It's just a crying child on its own." That's not what... If I was at a bus stop, which is basically what that was, and there was loads of people coming and going, and there was one kid sat on their own crying quietly, I'd go up and be like, "Is everything okay? You're lost," or whatever. But it was like, "Bad. What's this?" She like, doesn't see a problem with it. But then in the next scene, when she sees the hole that she's not allowed to go down, that's all being covered up for maintenance work, she's like, "Oh, we must go and explore." And I sort of felt like, until the end of this episode, a lot of her character drive and motivation seems to be quite skewed.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you think that might be part of why Moffat is less keen on this episode? Do you think that...
it's also got a two-director episode where Euros Lydon, who had directed a lot of Russell's episodes, including David's last episode, came back for reshoots.
Okay.
And there's some...
Were there intensive reshoots on this episode?
I think there's a few pickup shots, and not intensive, maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But I noticed a few reshoots on green screen, bits of pickup dialogue.
Right.
So I wonder if maybe something's got lost in translation there.
Maybe.
Magpie Electricals, did you pick up on that?
I did not.
It's
A
a
reference to
big sign above the hull.
Oh.
Says Magpie Electricals.
reference to Idiot's Lantern.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Doctor's saying he's just an observer. My ass. Why is he still saying that?
Well, you know,
I never get involved.
New regeneration, new me.
Yeah. I like the line where Amy says, "Why do you look human?" and she says, "Why do you look Time Lord? We came first."
That is fun.
That's kind
that
of
feels like a very Doctorish line. Yeah.
I feel like they should use that more often because it would just answer a lot of questions.
But Moffat's already done it.
What did you think to the Doctor describing the Time War? You know, think about how David Tennant used to do it, very poetic.
Yes.
And then Matt Smith said it was a bad day where bad stuff happened.
It is interesting. I mean, it kind of... That bit especially, because then he goes on to mention that he is never going to forget it.
Yeah.
Even though then, that made me think of the Day of the Doctor when the moment refers to the 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor as the man who regrets and the man who forgets, referring to the 11th.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting that it's almost like this transitional thing where you say that Steve never writes the Doctors differently. He writes them all the same.
Do we... No, sorry, carry on. I was going to say, do we add Liz 10 to Stephen Moffat's sexy lady list?
I don't think that's really plays into the character.
No, it doesn't, does it?
No.
She's more just confident. Yeah.
I'm a queen.
I think that's what throws the Doctor, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the bit where the Doctor goes, say, wee! And the Navy goes, ah! Well, that bit was funny. Just as they go down the chute.
Geronimo! Oh, wait, it's to Geronimo a different bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it does, just as they're about to get swallowed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Geronimo catchphrase?
I like it.
I like it. Yeah. It's basically the exact same thing as Alon Z.
Let's go, yeah.
Yeah.
What else could he say? Maybe his new catchphrase could be like, you know, like the cinema reaction where people in the cinema go, "Let's go!" like that.
if you were the Doctor, is that what your Doctor catchphrase equivalent would be?
We're doing a dab. A dab, bottle flipping.
Mine would be, "Allow us to proceed onward."
Yeah, should we talk a bit about Liz 10?
Yeah.
Because we didn't really talk about it. I'm just running out of notes because it was just a really fun episode.
It was.
It's a very forgettable episode.
It reminded me of Russell episodes like New Earth, where it's just kind of a fun. It's just a fun episode. Yeah.
I'm surprised I've forgotten so much about this though because I really was enjoying it as I was watching it. But it's at least 10,000 years in the future. Yet the only disguise the Queen can think of is by wearing a white mask.
What else could she do? Like,
it's 10,000 years in the future.
Do you think she'd have the ability to like project a deep fake onto her face?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, rather than just wear a white mask.
But it's like the idea of it's kind of a not a retro future, but it's like kind of like it's obviously kind of almost like a lived-in older future thing, where it's kind of it's still old-timey London-y. So it's not kind of all new age technology. It kind of alludes to kind of wartime era.
Yeah.
So.
What did you think to the Darker Doctor stuff?
As in like the stuff where he's like, "You're going to go home, Amy," and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it's quite typical stuff for like a Doctor with a companion for their first go around. You know, it's similar to the kind of Another Stupid Ape type thing that the Ninth Doctor did, where they realise, all right, I was a bit gung-ho with like someone on board. Actually, it makes me wonder, do you think that the Doctor very often kind of picks someone up as a companion and then takes them home after like one or two adventures?
We just never see them,
Yeah, just like these series we don't see where it's like, oh, no, that was a mistake.
Yeah, that'd be quite good. Yeah. I liked it, but the only thing I didn't like about it is when he says, "I'm going to kill this thing, then I'm going to have to get a new name because I won't be the Doctor no more."
That was
and
a
then
bit extreme.
And then I suddenly sort of thought, what about all those people who have died? Like, do you remember, like, David Tennant has that flashback?
Oh, yeah.
Like all those people who have, like, Davros.
Yeah, but that was Davros just being a dick and messing with him.
Yeah, but even then he wasn't like, oh, there's people who died because of the Doctor.
But the Doctor didn't directly kill them. Those people sacrificed themselves for the Doctor.
Alright, okay, well, what about the human invasion? Those people died because of the Doctor.
Did the Doctor kill them?
No, but if he never turned up, then everyone
Well, that's the thing. The distinction is that here the Doctor is killing them himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously the last time he actively killed people was the Time War, and he does not consider himself to be the Doctor during that period.
Because we don't know about that yet.
Yet.
Anything else you want to say, Harry, about the beast underneath?
What are your thoughts on using the star, Amy seeing the Doctor in the star whale and the whole thing there?
You'll have to explain that to me.
Well, because at the end she lets the star whale live because she realizes well, the star whale has saved these people because of the crying children, and the Doctor can't just ignore a crying child, and so the star whale's the last of his kind, the Doctor's the last of his kind, and
I didn't
all
find
that.
any of the kids creepy in this, and I think some of them are meant to be creepy.
What made you think the
Isn't
kids
the
are
one
meant
that
to be
appears
creepy?
on a screen and does like a little poem at the start?
Oh yeah,
And I was like, it's just weird.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought-
you don't think it reached those empty child levels?
Oh, no.
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 Oh no.
Well, no, I really did enjoy it. I was a bit bummed out that we had that last episode we had the Prisoner Zero, and when we saw it in its alien form, it was just like a CGI worm. And then this episode is sort of a lot of CGI tentacles.
Yeah, but kind of like the quote unquote monster is the Smilers, which is very practical.
Yeah, that year for Halloween, I went trick or treating with my friend Josh Clark. I know he listens to this sometimes. So hello, Josh Clark.
Hi, Josh.
And he went as a Smiler.
Really?
And we knocked on the door and we opened it, and he had the mask on, and this kid burst into tears.
What?
Freaked out. Like the mum was like, it's okay. Like he had to take the mask off and apologise. Mental.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
And he was only like 10, 11, right?
What, the kid?
No, your Josh.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. We were year 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anything else?
About the episode?
Yeah.
There's a cool... I think it ends in a cool way with Churchill.
That was
and
good.
the silhouette of the Dalek.
That was really good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that because I feel that's better than what Chris Chibnall tried to do with his first series, which is make it every episode's a cliffhanger and it leads into the next one.
Okay.
Whereas this is like, here's a phone call, gotta go here next. I like that. Hey, that'd be a cool idea for Doctor Who. Maybe he gets recruited into like some like thing where he's like on call, and like every now and again,
Like the Division, but
Yeah.
good.
yeah, but like every week it ends with getting a new phone call for a different mission, and then you get like a little tease of what that mission is going to be.
Yeah, it's fun, it's cool. And obviously, it's not quite what we expect it to be.
Let's do the quiz!
You, not me. I hate being patient. Patience is for wimps.
Whoa! You got questions? I forgot we did the quiz. I genuinely forgot.
What is Amy's middle name?
Leah.
Jessica.
No, it's Amy Leah Pond.
Is there a joke in there?
Yeah, Amelia Pond.
Oh, sorry. How old is
Do I get a
Amy
point for the
in the future, in this episode? When they scan her, and they say how old she is.
1415.
13,006.
Oh, well, that wasn't that far.
When they land on the tongue of the beast underneath, whereabouts does the Doctor say he is, geographically in the UK?
Oh, because of an L. Is it Lancaster?
Lancashire.
Ah!
So close. 0 out of 3.
I was very close with each one, though. I was very close.
You were?
But except for Amy,
Yeah.
Leah.
Yeah.
I think that deserves a point, though, for being funny.
No.
Yeah. Give Harry a point if Harry deserves a point. He does. I'm going to comment Harry deserves a point.
I enjoyed that episode, though. It was good.
Yeah.
Should we do some recommendations?
Before I go, I just want to tell you you were fantastic.
Oh, more recommendations, yes.
Let's recommend some stuff. Do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I did have something, but I just need to remind myself what it was.
Okay, well, I'm going to recommend a series of podcasts called The Office, an Oral History, and it's hosted by Brian, whose last name escapes me, who played Kevin in The American Office. And basically, it's like a 12-episode podcast series about how The American Office got made. It's got Ricky Gervais in it, Stephen Merchant, Steve Carell. It's got all the cast, all the producers, all the writers. It's got loads of people in it, and basically documents from Ricky Gervais getting a phone call from an American producer all the way up to the final episode.
So it's a podcast, not a documentary?
Podcast documentary.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It's a
interesting.
podcast that is a documentary.
Interesting.
It's good, really good. Really well done and put together as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to recommend? Are you still struggling to remember?
No, I'm going to recommend a couple of classic musicals. I've never been much of a guy for musicals, honestly. I think it was mainly because of the circles I'm in. Usually the musicals people talk about are all the new shiny stuff.
Alexander Hamilton.
Hamilton's alright. Like there's stuff I like about Hamilton, but it's not. I don't love it or anything. But I watched a couple of old musicals over the Christmas. Tim's pretending to shoot me with a tripod.
Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, with the right kind of dressing, that would be a pretty convincing sci-fi blaster.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to talk about some classic musicals I saw over the Christmas period.
On telly?
On telly and in the cinema. First, I saw the... I'd not seen the original, but I saw the new Steven Spielberg West Side Story film.
It looks really good.
It is really good. It is really good. I saw two films over Christmas, which were West Side Story and the Spider-Man film. And while I probably enjoy...
A Spider-Man film.
The Spider-Man film. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that one.
The Spider-Man film.
Yes.
That's what they should have called it.
The Spider-Man film. Hello, I'm Tom Holland and I'm in the Spider-Man film. But anyway, Wes, I probably enjoyed Spider-Man more, but...
No, really?
As if I was to say what I think was the better film, definitely West Side Story. It's really well made. It's really good. And then also on TV over the Christmas period, I saw My Fair Lady, the Audrey Hepburn film.
Okay.
Yeah, with Rex Harrison, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really good. Yeah, I mean, Audrey Hepburn's accent is a bit like people say that.
Where's she meant to be from?
She's meant to be like a Cockney, like.
Is it Dick Van Dyke?
But people say Dick Van Dyke's bad, but then you hear Audrey Hepburn, and it's like, was it really that bad? Because Audrey Hepburn's like, hello, I'm a florist. Yow! Want to be a proper fancy lady, I do. And it's, I mean, in the framework of like this exaggerated musical, everyone's singing and dancing, it works.
Yeah.
If you were to take that performance and put it in like a straight period drama, in a straight drama, just no one would buy it. It would be totally inauthentic. But it really does work, and it's still really entertaining in the context of the film. And it is a really good film. It's really funny. It's got some good songs. Tim's pulling a face.
Well, I was doing a little dance.
Oh, is that you like dancing along to the music?
Yeah, my head kind of
Wouldn't it be lovely?
You're describing it so well.
Yeah, and Rex Harrison is actually really good. I think he won the Oscar for it.
I didn't watch many movies over Christmas. I had COVID the week before.
Yes,
literally the day after Spider-Man No Way Home, I had to isolate.
I got COVID the weekend after. Do you think it was going to the cinema that gave us COVID?
Well, I thought it was, but apparently it takes 3 days from getting it for the symptoms to properly show up.
Right.
So I got it.
See, I saw it before the weekend, and I tested positive after.
So you probably got it.
I probably got it from going to. Well, it's probably because I saw West Side Story one day and Spider-Man the next.
Oh.
But Spider-Man was definitely the more full theatre, so it was probably Spider-Man.
I'm quite interested. How was seeing it? Because you didn't see it opening night like I did.
I didn't. It was still a packed theatre, but people
was there a
weren't.
reaction?
They're not in the same way.
Okay.
There was I think when Andrew and people don't care about.
It's been weeks.
Yeah.
It came out last year.
Yeah. I think when Andrew and Toby appeared, there was like woo, and a bit of. I think I did a bit of a and there were a couple of claps. I think the thing that got the biggest reaction was Willem Dafoe saying I'm something of a scientist myself.
Same, yeah.
Like I got the biggest laugh.
Yeah.
But it was only specific people who got the joke who gave it a really big laugh.
What I really like about that scene is that they literally stop everything. Like Tom Holland's doing dialogue, and then he goes, I'm something of a scientist. Like,
and he says it exactly the same way he said it in the original film.
Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. But no, I saw it opening night, and me and Harrison spoke about it, but like it's the first time I've ever clapped and cheered in a cinema. I think we've been to cinema before.
Yeah.
And
we saw like a Star Wars film opening night.
And you know how like thing I get with people in the cinema, I'm like, why the fuck are they checking their phone? Why are they making noise? Shut up, stop moving, sit still. But I was like, yeah! I was like really getting into it. I was cheering, clapping. Everyone was loving it. It was great.
Which Spider-Man's your favourite?
He is my favourite. My favourite.
Who is?
What?
Which Spider-Man?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Spider-Man's your favourite. Andrew.
Really?
Yeah.
Just in this film or across all the films?
Across all the films.
You really like Andrew?
I've always liked Andrew.
That's cool.
His films might not be the best.
But he is a really good actor.
Yeah, and he was like the one I saw in the cinema. I never saw any of Toby's films in the cinema.
But you saw Andrew's.
Yeah. So I feel like I've always had that sort of connection with that Spider-Man a bit more.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I know we spoke off air, people are going, you know, Spider-Man 2 is actually really good, and like the symbolism of the web is a hand. It's like really deep cinema. I'm like, no, it's not.
I think of Amazing Spider-Man 2 the same way I think of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, which is it's a film which has good moments within it, but as a whole, the film just is not cohesive.
Yeah, it's like I sort of put Andrew's performance down. It's a bit like Ben Affleck. He's a really good Batman, but those movies are bad.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. What movies are you looking forward to this year?
This year, the new Batman film.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson one.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. What else is coming out
The
this
Flash
year?
with Michael Keaton's Batman. And Ben Affleck's Batman.
The thing is, I've never been a huge Batman fan, so that's not really going to do anything for me. Have you heard about
Maverick?
Oh, actually, I probably will enjoy that.
Mission Impossible 7?
I'm definitely watching Mission Impossible 7.
Same,
yeah, I love Mission Impossible.
Because I was there when they filmed it. I was the one who gave them all COVID. He's talking to me in that video. That leaked video on the audio.
Of him shouting?
Yeah, they're talking to me. I might do a funny thing where I edit myself into that. Just trying to talk to him.
Sorry, Tom.
What else is coming out this year I'm looking forward to? Morbius, that looks quite good.
I'm not really interested in Morbius. Does that take place in the same universe as the Venom movie?
I don't know, that's why I'm
interested.
interested.
Because people can't figure out what universe that takes place in.
I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be the Andrew Garfield universe.
Yeah, because I know they apparently behind the scenes they want to do something with Toby and Andrew again.
I love the fact that Venom was introduced and exited the MCU in 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
He never even appeared in a movie. He came and left in a post-credit scene.
That literally just so they could get the symbiote.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm guessing whenever they make a 4th Spider-Man movie, it'll be a symbiote movie.
Yeah,
I guess.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else that we haven't spoken about that you want to speak about?
I don't think so. You've already recommended the Office podcast documentary. No, yeah. I think that was a pretty thorough, good discussion.
Well done, lads.
Good discussion.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you've listened to this on YouTube, do subscribe. It really helps out. We're doing quite well on YouTube at the moment.
And tell us what you thought of The Beast Underneath by Steve Moffat.
Yeah, and if you listen to this on YouTube, on Spotify, give us a follow. You can leave reviews on Spotify now as well, apparently. And listen to us on iTunes, leave us a review, Acast, wherever you are, just try and interact with it best way you can. And we really appreciate it. We love it lots.
Yeah.
And also, hopefully, maybe by the time this episode comes out, we'll have some news on our 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
Ooh!
It is a really cool giveaway.
Yeah,
it's literally the only one, like the actual thing.
Yeah.
You're going to throw in a few side gifts, but like the main thing you're going to want is like the only one in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, for a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah, if you like Flux, then it's...
I feel like even if you just like the show in general, if you're a collector, yeah, you're going to love it.
Yeah, it's very personal.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. Follow us on all the socials and stuff. Everything's in the description. And Harry, you want to say... I'll say goodbye. Harry, do you want to say tatty bye-bye?
Tatty bye-bye.
I can't find the mouse.
It's
there it is. I see it.
Stop.
Make sure you subscribe to the official Bigger on the Inside podcast.